Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ruben, and I'm one of the instructors at Western Tech. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how the pre-trip is done. Okay, so very important when you start the pre-trip, you want to do it the way that I'm about to explain to you. Okay, now when you do the pre-trip, first of all, very important, you got to be able to touch everything that you want to talk about. Okay. And also, when the part is made of metal, copper, or steel, you would have to, again, name the part, and then you would have to say, make sure there are no cracks or illegal welding, and it is properly mounted and secure. Anything that is made of rubber, such as rubber hoses or tires, then you would say the name of the part, then you would say no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. And also, on top of that, you want to add up at the end that it is properly mounted and secure. So, let me give you an example. So, I would check the steps. This is the steps. No signs of any cracks or illegal welding, and it is properly mounted and secure. When it comes to rubber, for example, the air hoses, right? So, this is my emergency air line. No signs of abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. No signs of any air leaks, and it is properly mounted and secure. So, also very important, when you talk about hoses, if the hoses hold air, then no signs of any air leaks. If it's a hose that holds oil, then no signs of any oil leaks. And as we move along, I'm going to go ahead and do the pre-trip, okay? That way you can get an idea how to be able to pass a pre-trip. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. And also, secondly, when you talk about the pre-trip, when you mention it, make sure you are loud. That way they can hear you, and that way you don't lose points because they might say that they didn't hear you saying the part. Okay, so again, let me go ahead and begin. So, first things first, when you're about to do the pre-trip, you might want to go ahead and turn on the lights of the truck. So you're going to turn on the four-way flashers and the running lights. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and start the pre-trip. Okay, great. So first things first, I'm going to check up top. Up top, I got the clearance lights. They're amber in color, not cracked, not broken, and it is properly mounted and secure. Next, I'm going to go ahead and check the wind chilled. No cracks longer than 3 inches. No illegal stickers. And no cracks intersecting one to the other. And it is properly mounted and secure. Next, I'm going to go ahead and check the lights. As you can see, I'm going to check the left side and also the right hand side. And always keep in mind, since the truck is facing that way, first, I'm going to go ahead and check the marker light. This one has 3 functions. That'll be the right turn signal, four-way flasher, and the running light. It is amber in color, not cracked, not broken. It is properly mounted and secure and working. Next, I'm going to check the low beam. The low beam, not cracked, not broken. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the high beam, not cracked, not broken. It is properly mounted and secure and working. Now I'm going to move my way this way. I'm going to check the left-hand side. This will be my left marker light, again, since we're facing that way. This one has 3 functions. That'll be the left turn signal, four-way flasher, running light, amber in color, not cracked, not broken, clean. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the low beam, not cracked, not broken, clean. It is properly mounted and secure. And the high beam, not cracked, not broken, clean. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to step back so that I can check underneath the vehicle for any leaks of any water or oil. Okay, it is clean. Now I'm going to check the level of the truck, make sure it is not leaning to one side or the other one. It is well level. Next, I'm going to go ahead and open the hood. So once you open the hood, you need to open it on both sides. I'm going to unlock this side first, move this to the side. That way it is unlocked. Now I'm going to go this side and do the same thing. Brace this up. There it is. Okay, good. Before I check the engine compartment, I'm going to check for any puddles, any water, any oil. Okay, it is clean. I'm also going to check the hoses first for any abrasions, bulges, or cuts, any signs of any leaks, and also no signs of any wires showing on the cables. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and work my way first to the windshield reservoir. The windshield reservoir, it is up to level, no signs of any leaks. I got the cap, it is tight, it is locked, and it is properly mounted and secure. Next, I'm going to check the water pump. I got the water pump right here. Water pump, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the serpentine belt, no more than 3/4 of a play. No signs of abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, and it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the coolant reservoir. Coolant reservoir cap is in place. It is tight lock. Liquid, it is up to level the coolant. And then the hoses, no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any coolant leaks, and it is properly mounted and secure. Now, once I check this side, you will tell the examiner. Now, I'm going to check the suspension, not on this side, but I'm going to check on the driver's side. This is where you would go this way. Okay, good. So, every time you do the pre-trip on this side, keep yourselves organized. Work your way from the back to the front of the engine, and then from there, work your way down. Find your own pattern to be able to maintain the pre-trip. So first, I'm going to check the air compressor line right there. No signs of any abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any air leaks. The air compressor, it also leads to the high pressure fuel pump and high pressure steering pump. That is all gear driven. That means that it is inside the engine. So, and also it is properly mounted and secure, the air compressor line. Now I'm going to work my way to the fuel filters. I got the primary fuel filter right here. No signs of any cracks or illegal welding. No signs of any fuel leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the other fuel filter. No signs of any abrasions. No leaks. No cracks. No illegal welding. And also the hoses. No abrasions. No bulges. No cuts. No signs of any fuel leaks. And it is properly mounted and secure on both the fuel filters, which is again primary and the secondary. Now I'm going to keep moving one way right here on top of the engine. I'm going to check the oil neck filler. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No signs of any oil leaks. I'm going to check the oil dipstick. In order for me to check the oil level, I would take this off, clean it, stick it back in, take it out, and check the oil level. Now I'm going to work my way to the alternator. I got the alternator right here. The alternator, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure and no wires showing. Also the alternator, it is belt driven. On the belt again, no signs of abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any damage, and it is properly mounted and secure. Now underneath the alternator, right here on the bottom, I'm going to check the high pressure fuel pump, which is right here. The high pressure fuel pump, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure and no signs of any fuel leaks. Now I'm going to work my way to the intake hoses. I got the intake hose right here. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the coolant hose. No signs of abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any coolant leaks. I'm going to go to the power steering reservoir. I got the cap is in place. It is locked. It is up to level, the oil, and it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the power steering hoses. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any oil leaks on both, and it is properly mounted and secure, and the clamps are present. Now I'm going to work my way to the power steering linkage, which is all this. Now I'm going to mention it in parts. First, I'm going to check the steering shaft. No more than 2 inches of play. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the gear box. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure, and no signs of any oil leaks. Now I'm going to check the gearbox hoses. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No signs of any oil leaks. I'm going to check the pitman arm. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the castle nut and the cutter pin is in place. No signs of any rust or shining threads, and it is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the steering the drag link, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the steering knuckle, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the castle nut and the cutter pin is in place. No signs of any rust or shining threads. And it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to work my way to the leaf spring mount. Leaf spring mount, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the leaf spring, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the U-bolts, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the U-bolt mount, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Also going back to the leaf spring mount, I should have one right here in the front and one right there in the back. And again, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to work my way to the chalk observer. No cracks, no legal welding, no signs of any oil leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the tie rod right there. Tie rod, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. By the end of the tie rod right here, this is steering arm, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the castle nut and the cutter pin is in place. No cracks, no legal welding, no signs of any rust or shining threads, and it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to work my way out. I got the right here, the brake chamber, no signs of any air leaks, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the slack adjuster, which is all these. The slack adjuster, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the push rod. The push rod, no cracks, no legal welding, no more than 1 inch of play, and it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the brake chamber hoses, no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. When I go ahead and check the ABS cable, no wire showing. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to work my way out. And as I do that, I'm going to check the drum, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the brake lining, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. And no more than 1/4 of an inch thickness, no signs of any oil or grease. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to work my way out of the tire. First, I'm going to go ahead and check the condition of the tire, no abrasions, bulges, no cuts on the inner wall, and also the outer wall. No signs of abrasions, bulges, or cuts, no wire showing, no signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. Now this tires, again, says it is a steering tire. The steering tires, these tires cannot be repaired, which means that it cannot be rethread, recap, or repatched. And PSI, 100 to 110 PSI, and also 4 30 seconds of tire thread. I'm going to work my way out. I got the rim, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Here are the lug nuts, 10, none missing. No signs of any rust or shiny threads. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the hub oil seal. In order for me to check the oil level inside, I would take the cap off, stick the finger right in there, check the oil level. No signs of any oil leaks. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the valve stem, which is right here. Valve stem, metal to metal cap. No cracks, no legal welding. No signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to go ahead and work my way this way. I'm going to check first the door, make sure it does open and close freely. It does. And also the door hinges right here in the back. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the weather seal. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a fire extinguisher, 10 BC, fully charged, up to date at quarter capacity. And it is properly mounted and secure. On the back of the seat, there's the 3 reflective triangles and the spare fuses. They're all in the back seat. I'm going to go ahead and close this door. I'm going to check the mirrors. This is a West Coast mirror, not cracked, not broken, clean, properly mounted and secure. Convex mirror, not cracked, not broken, clean, properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the marker light right here on the left hand side. Again, it is facing that way. It is amber in color. It's got 3 functions. Left turn signal, 4-way flasher, running light. Amber in color, not cracked, not broken, clean. It is working. It is properly mounted and secure. Same thing goes on the right hand side. The only difference is it'll be the right turn signal. Now I'm going to check the steps. Top, no cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. Bottom, no cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. This is a fuel cap. The fuel cap, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. In order for me to check this, you can either explain to them what's inside, or you can just open it and let them know what's inside. So right here I have the weather seal, and the rubber chain is in place. It is present. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to step back, go back to the side so that I can check underneath for any signs of any oil or any few leaks, any puddles. There's none. So it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the baggage compartment. This is why you need the key. Have the key with you. I'm going to open it. Make sure it does open and close freely. It does. I got the door hinges. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. And also the weather seal. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. It is properly mounted and secure. Inside right here in the baggage compartment, I should have the 3 reflected triangles and the spur fuses. But in this case, they're not here. They're in the back of the seat. So now I'm going to go ahead and close this. Okay, on the back, I'm going to check up top first. Up there, that's the reflected tape. 80% visible. It is properly mounted and secure, not damaged, not worn out. I'm going to work my way down this way. I'm going to check the dummy coupler. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. Since I'm already back here, I'm going to check the electrical connection right here in the back of the tractor. Make sure it is in the lock position on the pigtail. It is. The pigtail, no wires showing. It is properly mounted and secure. The cable. Now I'm going to check the emergency line. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the service line. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check at the front of the trailer, the connection. The pigtail, it is properly mounted and secure. It is in the lock position. Now I'm going to check the glad hand on the service line. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. Rubber's intact. It is present. No signs of any air leaks. The emergency glad hand. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. Rubber seal is present. No signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to work my way down on the back underneath the driver's side. As you can see, there's a fuel tank. 2 latches are present. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. No signs of any fuel leaks. I'm going to check the battery box. No signs of any corrosion. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the fuel tanks. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. And no signs of any air leaks on the air tanks. I'm going to check the air tank hoses. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. No signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to work my way towards the middle of the suspension. First, I'm going to check the exhaust system. Exhaust system, no cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. No signs of any soot. I got the right here, drive shaft. The drive shaft, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. At the end of the drive shaft, there's the differential. Differential, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No signs of any oil leaks. I'm going to check the catwalk. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a frame. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Work my way back to the back of the tractor, as you can see. Okay. I'm going to check the torque mount. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. Torque arm. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. Check the brake chamber. No cracks, no legal welding. No signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. Right here in the back, there's the slack adjuster. No cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. Also the push rod. No cracks, no legal welding. No signs, no more than 1 inch of play. And it is properly mounted and secure. As you can see, that's the cap. That's a cover right there. And right there, as you can see, there's the slack adjuster and the push rod. Okay. So now I'm going to check right here. Keep working my way back this way. I'm going to check the U-volts. No cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. The U-volt mounts. No cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. Right there, I got the chalk observer. No cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. No signs of any oil leaks. I'm going to work my way this way, because remember, you're going to touch everything that you talk about. So now I'm going to check the airbag. Airbag, no signs of abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any air leaks. It is intact, no cracks, no legal welding, top and bottom, and it is properly mounted and secure right here. Okay, no signs of any air leaks. Now, I have to check the back of the rim. We got, again, the drum. Drum, no cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. The brake lining. No cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. No more than a 1/4 of an inch thickness. No signs of any oil or grease. It is properly mounted and secure. Now check again the tire condition, inner wall. and also the outer wall. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no signs of any wire showing. It is properly mounted and secure. Now, since I did check the brake chamber, remember on the exam, if you forget something, you can always go back and say, you know what, I forgot something right here. I'm going to check the ABS wire. The ABS cable, I mean. It is no wire showing. It is properly mounted and secure. Now in the brake chamber, I'm going to check the hoses. Right here. This is air brake chamber hoses. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. No signs of any air leaks. And it is properly mounted and secure. And yes, you can always go back if you forget anything. Now I'm going to check the tire thread of this tire. Again, anything passing the steering tires, the thread, it's going to be 4/30 seconds. The remaining of the tires from here all the way back there, they are 2/30 seconds of tire thread. Okay, so tire thread, 2/30 seconds of tire thread, and also the PSI, 100 to 110 PSI, and no signs of abrasions, bulges, or cuts. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the rim. The rim, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to go ahead and check the axle seal. No cracks, no legal welding. Properly mounted and secure. Nuts and bolts are present. No signs of any rust or shining threads. No signs of any oil leaks. Now I'm going to check the lug nuts. 10. All present. No signs of any rust or shining threads. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Check the valve stem. Metal to metal cap, no signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no legal welding. Now you would tell the examiner, this tire in the back, it's exactly the same as on this side. Would you like for me to explain this side? They're going to say no, just go ahead and continue. Or you would just say the only difference is, this is a power axle, this is a dead axle. The dead axle does have a hub oil cap. I would take the cap, hub oil seal, I would take this cap off, stick my finger right in there and check the oil level. For exam purposes, you do not need to remove this. You just explain to them. Now I'm going to move my way to the back of the muff flap, behind the tractor. Muff flap, no more than 8 inches off the ground. That's for Texas. New Mexico is no more than 6 inches off the ground. It is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not worn out, not hanging. I'm going to check the muff flap bracket. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. All nuts and bolts are present. Now right here I got the reflected tape. 80% visible, no damage. It is properly mounted and secure. Now, if you can go underneath the trailer, that's fine. If you cannot, just point what you're talking about out there, okay? I'm going to check the tail lights on the back of the tractor. My tail lights right here, it's got 4 functions. This is, again, since we're facing that away, the left turn signal, 4-way flasher, running light, and the stop light. Red in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, properly mounted and secure. This side, my other tail light, again 4 functions. That'll be the right turn signal, 4-way flasher, running light, brake light, red in color, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not broken. Reverse light, clear in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, properly mounted and secure. The other reverse light, not cracked, not broken, clean, clear in color, it is properly mounted and secure. Since I'm already right here on the back of the tractor, might as well, I'm going to check the lock and jaw in the back of the fifth wheel. The lock and jaw, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. It is in the lock position around the shank of the kingpin. The kingpin, not cracked, not broken. It is properly mounted and secure, and no legal welding. Now I'm going to work my way out. So that I can check the side of the fifth wheel. Remember, the fifth wheel you can check however you want from the beginning at the end, just like I did right now. But don't forget it, okay? Okay, up top, the fifth wheel. This is a stationary fifth wheel. If I would have had this would be a sliding fifth wheel, I would check that the locking pins are in place. But in this case, this is a stationary fifth wheel. Now I'm gonna check on top. This is the apron, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Right there, that's the skid plate. It is well greased, no cracks, no legal welding, properly mounted and secure. And there's no gap in between. Now I'm going to check the release arm. It is in the lock position, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the platform. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a mounting bolts. They're all present, none missing. No signs of any rust or shining threads. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a pin and a cutter pin. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to work my way to the trailer. Before I keep going back, I'm going to check up top. There's the clearance lights, amber in color, not cracked, not broken. It is clean, it is working, it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the bulk head on the front of the trailer. No damage, no holes. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a rivet, all present, none missing. It is properly mounted and secure. Before I keep going back, I'm going to check the side of the trailer. No damage, no holes. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to work my way this way. I'm going to check the reflective tape. The DOT reflective tape, 80% visible, none missing. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the landing gear. Landing gear, all hardware present. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. And make sure it is raised all the way up. This is the crank handle bar. It is in the lock position. It's got 2 gears. It's got a high and a low gear. And no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to work my way to the other marker light. Again, since we are facing, the tractor's facing that way. This one has 3 functions. That'll be the left turn signal, 4-way flasher, running light, not cracked, not broken, clean, amber in color. It is properly mounted and secure on this marker light. Same thing goes on the other side on the marker light. The only difference is that'll be the right turn signal. Now if I'm going to check underneath the trailer, check the cross members. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No signs of any holes or damage. Now I'm going to go ahead and check the underneath the trailer. Again, if you cannot go all the way inside, just point what you're talking about, okay? So, since I can go inside, so that I can give you an explanation about the parts. Okay, so right here, this is air lines in the back of the, underneath the trailer. Air lines, no signs of any abrasions, bulges, or cuts. Make sure they are not. No signs of any chafing, no signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. Right here, the back of the trailer, underneath. I'm going to check the air tank. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No signs of any air leaks. I'm going to check the brake chamber. No cracks, no legal welding. No signs of any air leaks. No, and it is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to check the brake chamber hoses. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. No signs of any air leaks. It is properly mounted and secure. Now this trailer does not have an ABS cable, but if it did, I would check that no wires showing, and it is properly mounted and secure. On the back of the brake chamber, there's the slack adjuster. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. And I also have the push rod. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. As you can see, if you cannot go underneath there, just point. See, there's a slack adjuster and the push rod. Okay. Now I'm going to work my way out so that I can check the suspension on the back of the trailer. As you can see, there's the tires of the trailer and there's a suspension. Okay, so first I'm going to check the torque mount. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. And right here in the bottom, this is a torque arm. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is the leaf springs. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Right there, U-volt. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a U-volt mount. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to work my way out of the suspension. So you can see, this is a tandem release arm. As you can see, it is in the lock position with my pins present. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is the frame. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a tandem rail. no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. With the locking pins in place, present, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now before I keep going back, again, every rim, every tire. First, I'm going to check the drum. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Brake lining. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No more than 1/4 of an inch thickness. No signs of any oil or grease. It is properly mounted and secure. Now check the tires again. Inner wall, outer, inner, and the outer walls. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. No signs of any air leaks. No wires showing. It is properly mounted and secure. Now this is a dual tires. That means that the tires cannot be touching, only the rims can. I should have butt spacing or spacers in between. It is properly mounted and secure, and no debris. Now again, this tire thread of this both, it is 2 32 of tire thread, and the PSI 100 to 110 PSI. And it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to work my way out. This is a rim, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. This is a valve stem. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No signs of any air leaks. I got the lug nuts. 10, not missing. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. No signs of any rust or shiny threads. This is a hub oil seal. No oil leaks. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. In order for me to check the oil level, I would take the cap off, stick my finger right in there, and check the oil level. And I work my way out this way. You would tell the examiner, this tire is exactly the same as this one. Would you like for me to explain this side? They're going to say no, just go ahead and continue. Great, let's move along. This is a muff flap, not damaged, not worn out, not hanging loose. It is properly mounted and secure. Again, for Texas, no more than 8 inches off the ground, and New Mexico, no more than 6 inches off the ground. And all nuts and bolts are present. Muff flap bracket, no cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to work my way back here. Now, if you have an ABS light, you would just tell them, ABS light, it is amber in color. It should always be off. If it's on, I got to get that fixed as soon as possible. And no, not broken, not missing. It is clean. It is properly mounted and secure. But if you don't have an ABS light, you would just tell them, if this trailer would have had an ABS light, it would be amber in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, working, properly mounted and secure. It should always be off. If it's on, I gotta get that fixed as soon as possible. This is an ID light, red in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, and working. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm gonna work my way to the back of the trailer. Okay. First, I'm gonna check the door hinges. Not cracked, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. All nuts and bolts are present, and all door hinges are present, and it is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the door handlebars. It is in a lock position, both of them. No cracks, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the weather seal. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. Present, none missing. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check the lights. First, I'm going to check the ID lights right here. This one only has one function. Running lights, red in color, not cracked, not broken, clean. It is properly mounted and secure and working. But in case if your trailer, the trailer that you're testing on has lights on top, you would just say those are the clearance lights, red in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, they're working. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to work my way this way. This is the tail light. The tail light right here. This one has two functions. That'll be the running light and the brake light. Red in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, working. It is properly mounted and secure. Now I'm going to check this tail light. It's got three functions. Left turn signal, four-way flasher, running light. Red in color. It is properly mounted and secure. Yes, you have to check this side. I'm going to check this side. Again, tail light. This tail light has two functions. This is a running light and the brake light, red in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, properly mounted and secure. This is the other tail light. It's got three functions. That'll be the, again, we're facing that way. That'll be the right turn signal, four-way flasher, running light, running color, not cracked, not broken, clean, properly mounted and secure. Now I'm gonna work my way to the back of the, underneath the trailer. This is the license plate. It is up to date, properly mounted and secure, nuts and bolts are present. The light, clear in color, not cracked, not broken, clean, properly mounted and secure. Now I'm gonna check the DOT bumper. The DOT bumper is going to be 24 inches off the ground or 2 feet. Not cracked, no legal welding. It is properly mounted and secure. I'm going to go ahead and check the reflective tape, bottom and top. 80% visible, not missing, not damaged. It is properly mounted and secure. Now, once you're already done explaining the left-hand side, then you would have to tell the examiner. Okay, great. Well, everything is the same on the right hand side. Everything on this side, it's exactly the same as on the other side. Would you like for me to explain this side? They're going to say no, just go ahead and continue. Okay, so once you go inside the truck to check the end cap, you might want to go ahead and ask the person that's following you. Okay, great. Before I do the end cap, could you please help me check the lights? So they're going to check the running lights, the turning signals, and also back there, the running lights, the turning signal, and the brake lights. They're going to check that all the light functions are working properly. Okay, so this is part of the pre-trip. I hope this helps you. And I'm going to make another video, a separate one, about the end cap and the air brake. Okay, so I will see you soon. Oh, and also remember, touch everything. See? Everything. When you take the exam, either take some gloves or you can just not, that's fine. Just as long as you touch everything that you talk about. Because if you don't, if you just stand back here and not touch the components, well, guess what? They will deduct points. Okay? So make sure you do touch everything that you talk about. All right? So again, I will do a video about the end cap and the air brake separate, and I will see you soon. Okay?